Approximately 56.3% of the students are now proficient at this standard, whereas before they were at 29. So there has been growth, but there's still quite a bit of room for
I think that's a really good range. It went from 29 to 56. So with those students that did not grasp the skills in addition to all the things, because as I observed your lesson, I noticed that you did do the I noticed that you did do I do, we do, you do. You did model a lot. You did have the students use manipulatives and aid for them to be able to get a visual on how to find a relationship between division and multiplication. And you also allowed them to work in groups and talk and discussion. So where do you think that the ball dropped as far as those students that did not get it? Where do you think they fell short in that?
I think they fell short mostly because of, even though I did, as you said, work with the small groups, I didn't get to every single student that day in the small group. And some of the students that really need that intensive instruction, I didn't get a chance to pool that day. So they basically just got the whole group in the individual practice or partner practice, but not the intensive one-on-one education.
Okay, so you have your exit tickets there.
Yes.
In comparison with your proficient and your advanced students to the ones that's for basic, what do you think the difference is? Like the key point that they're still missing with those word problems?
Because the standard deals with knowing the multiplication facts, I think in some instances with the students it's a fluency issue, not just multiplication but addition as well, since of course it is a repeated addition. I also noticed that some students had difficulty knowing that it was multiplication. Some of them just added, some of them divided. They weren't 100% sure that it was multiplication. And I also noticed that the representations, when they drew their models, some of them had a little bit of confusion with that.
Okay, so you think the key would be multiplication facts? Because I noticed when I observed your lesson, your drill, you had them doing basic multiplication.
Yes,
facts.
as a review, yes.
Right, so you see that helping a little?
I believe yes. Yes.
Okay, so as far as the next step with those small group of students, because around how many students is it that still need that extra assistance as far as that? What those
it's 44%, so that is 9 students.
So 9 students. So you said that time is a big factor.
Yes.
And you didn't have a chance to work with them one-on-one because of the time and everything else that you had to do. What do you think we can do as far as coming up with a plan now that will be able to make time for you to assist with those times? Do you think that we can basically, while the kids are doing their drill or while you have your differentiated instruction, that you can pull them to the side then?
Yes. Now, as far as some of the students understand when to multiply, it was a deal of fluency. So what I plan to have those students do is incorporate First Math with them, which of course is our computer program that would only want to focus on fluency.
Okay.
The students that had difficulties knowing when to multiply, that's the group that I would definitely need to pull and work on the identifying keywords, and also with that group, the representation of the problem, the modeling. I would continue using manipulatives with them, and a lot of response board practice. So it's immediate feedback, wipe it off, get the